See, one more right here. Yep, and now
Here it
it's
is.
charged for the
Next one
next one.
kills. Next one
And
kills.
Zed is also at 30% too. Oh, he didn't choose these right there.
Yeah, he's saving it because he was just recovering there. Smart.
Yeah. And right? Nope, not right there. Ooh, down throw into nothing.
That's true.
Oh, the shield
Oh!
break!
Does Salvo have a
Did you
kill
get it?
option here?
Oh, of course.
He was not messing around there. You know this, but he says, "Fuck being careful. I'll take this stock."
Ooh. Anything can happen when Salvo's involved.
Yeah, this
Let's
is a
see
big
what
game
Zed can
because
do.
both of these guys, I mean, if they win here, basically guaranteed to be advancing to the playoffs.
Oh!
And somehow, by the grace of God, we're gonna have Salvo in the top 16.
What world are we living in? That's not season 1.
Oh my God, what a disaster of a night. Salvo has made my...
Welcome to the Baddy Cafe. This is Chai.
I'm Albino Joe, man. The showcase player. I personally don't know if he's earned it. Is that mean to say?
I can say that it might be a little bit mean to say. This is a player that we didn't even think was going to make it in the Swiss. He barely made it because of tiebreakers.
Yeah, man.
And
The
now,
bottom guy.
bottom guy, he's now clinched a spot in the playoffs. Unless things go completely wackadoodle. He's 2-0. They got there a little lucky with Ooga Booga DQing. But he took out Zed, and he's not letting himself be at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, man. Like as the kids say, a win's a win. And yeah, those matches, man, on that those were all like the Mario stages and weird stuff, right?
Yep, that was all on Mario Maker.
Yeah, man. I mean, Salvo, yeah, granted, a win's a win against Ooga Booga, but bringing it up all the way, to pretty much, I mean, he's clinched a spot out of Swiss now. He's going to be in the bracket for sure. That's a 0 to hero story, and we'll see how far he goes in the bracket.
It's gonna see how far fun. It's gonna be fun to see how far he goes, because the magic of Salvo is he's the most volatile, swingy player in this league, easily. He's played a lot of games in arenas before with a lot of us in D1 as well as players in D2, but I must confess, I've been 3-stocked by Salvo before because I was unsafe in shield and I got upbeat numerous times. He will do this to you. Play safe or he'll swamp you. Or just spam him with projectiles, but if you don't have projectiles, play safe.
Yeah, man. I mean, we've already we've touched on this with this man. Like, you know what he's gonna do, and you sit there and take sometimes. Like, but no, congrats, Salvo. Congrats for the
have a playoff spot with being 2-0, but we'll get to how wacky Swiss is.
Yeah.
All right, Joe. It's our favorite segment. What's our
Lay it
favorite
on me,
segment?
Chai. It's the good, the bad, and the baddie.
The Baddy.
The baddie.
All right. So let's talk about.
That was. Hey, we gotta give credit where credit's due. Was that a
That's
candy or a chai?
That's a Head Reaver original.
Head Reaver original. I love it. It's good shit, man. We gotta. We'll see if it sticks. It makes sense. We can't shake it.
Yeah. All right. So Joe, you got to commentate one of these matches, but we had a whole bunch of wacky going on in this first week of Swiss. I thought it was great. You know, Swiss people, it's thin margins. You know, we've been talking about it. Like, it's gonna be a real clawed fight to get who gets out of Swiss. And even so, even with being a close game for every single person in here and trying to get out of Swiss, we had a double hero match with players who are not hero mains. We had Salvo and Zed going to Mario Maker for all 3 games. And Ooga Booga giving his classic meme me's coming out to show it once again.
Yeah, with that me brawler too. I mean, just even talking from the standpoint of character representation within the game, I feel like that's the first time a lot of people have seen me brawler in general. I know he busted out last season like a few times, but yeah, that was hilarious, and it really shows the spirit of this whole entire tournament, especially like these Swiss matches. They're just people wanting to play. They want to just mess around in general, let alone with the casters. That double hero match. I mean, we all heard me.
The
But it
struggle
was
was
great.
real.
It was well, yeah. I'm still flustered. Anytime it's brought up, I still just don't know what to say. He's just, chai.
But hey, it's great to see the equal parts competitive spirit, equal parts just having fun with the game. That's part of, at the end of the day, you want to have some fun. So I'm glad to see that.
Hell yeah.
What I was not glad to see though, uh, it's the bad of this segment, and I gotta say, Albino Joe, you're part of the problem.
Don't tell me that. Come on.
Division 1 players who got knocked down to Swiss are looking like a bunch of frauds right now.
Oh man, I wouldn't. Can't go that far.
Okay,
I mean, you could say it. We're gonna go through the records eventually, but
I-
oh man,
I'll give the boys and girls a preview. How many people are 2 and what? How many people in Division 1 are 2-0 right now in Swiss?
I don't want to talk about it.
How many people are 0-2 that are in Swiss that are from Division 1?
Fine, I'll say it. One.
Yep, it's not looking pretty for us D1 boys here.
Oh yeah, 0-2-0, and yeah, we'll get there. I want to talk about that a lot. That's oh yeah, that's a hot topic. But the D1 boys, we'll pick it up. We're gonna see some matchups this week, and I think it's gonna be we'll see a little bit more of the cream separating.
Yeah. And the baddie. Say it for things that aren't necessarily ugly, but are more bad than bad. Joe, before we started recording, I kind of filled you in on the story of the new channel in our Discord. Do you want to kind of relay what I told you back to me?
Yeah, something the like. Okay, I love the sentiment. Have a general chat so that everyone can just talk. Just have talk about real life shit. Whether you need to unload something regarding work or just talk about this cool rock you found somewhere or anything not Smash related. That's kind of the idea, and I'm glad that came to fruition. But for some reason, Head Reaver just it spread. The YIF spread. Zedekis, I think, was in charge of transmitting it to the whole freaking channel, and I stepped in once to talk about the lubricative properties of water, but apparently there's more weird shit that was in there.
All right. Boys and girls, if you we mark this in the YouTube like when it's uploaded, we mark that this is not safe for children as a channel and as our videos are not safe for children. But if you have any children listening right now or anyone that is still innocent, still nubile in the ways of the messed up shit that's in the world, have them cover their ears because here are some of the topics that have been discussed in the YIF channel. We got to see the subreddit Honeyfuckers, which is all lewd content relating to bees.
And a lot of Minecraft. I stepped into there literally right before recording this, and I am very confused.
Head Reaver, or Underachiever, the YIF boy himself, also shared with us some information because I believe he said his girlfriend is the one who works with horses or has a friend that works with horses. His girlfriend has a friend who works with horses. And they were telling us about one of the steeds who has an erection problem. So they made him a banana hammock to keep that thing contained. And as well as sexual behaviors of female horses and how they flirt and try to appear sexually appealing to male horses with the tactic of vulvar winking, which consists of squirting and agitating the vulva.
I, oh, I like, the sexual behavior of like animals, pretty interesting, watching on a documentary. Why is it in a Smash Discord?
I mean, why is the lubricative qualities of water and the pros and cons of shower sex in our Smash Discord? The debate as to whether or not women are reptilian creatures, and if hand fetishes are as equally equitable as feet fetishes.
Whoa, wait a minute, I missed that one.
Yeah. And lastly, we talked about the economy of selling used underwear.
Yeah, I actually saw that one too.
That's some mad hustling.
Yeah, man. Like, I know someone. Like Wang and I know someone who like it was like a Craigslist deal, if I recall correctly. It was like they went to a Walmart parking lot and like, yeah, just people like that exist out there.
I like to think the world is just and full of good people and not necessarily bad people, but sane people. I don't understand what goes through your mind when you buy a $200 pair of used underwear.
Are you saying that's not a sane activity?
I'm saying that's a questionable activity.
Chai. It's the thrill, man. Look up the Craigslist people. Get something that I hope he throws away soon. Excitement.
All right. Knowing all this, though, all of this starting from when AGS created the general chat about a week ago to where we are now. Should this channel just be burned down at this point? This has become a cursed channel.
I mean, do you want to burn it down?
It's like looking at a car crash and you're driving down the road. Like, you don't want to look, but it's
But you
there.
gotta. Yeah,
You
you gotta.
gotta. You
You
gotta.
gotta.
And I feel bad
Yeah.
for KK. He's such an innocent, sweet little soul. He just turned 18, and this is the stuff we're exposing him to.
Yeah. Well, you gotta learn sometime, and it might as well just be when you're 18, as opposed to earlier.
All right. Well, we'll see how the channel evolves, but for right now, just know what you might be stepping into when you traverse the YIF chat.
It is known. With that all said, now we're past all this, the baddie, the yiffy, whatever you want to call it. State of Swiss, man. I'm excited for this. Yeah. Do you want to hit the 2-0 players, the the D1 list 2-0
Yep,
club?
the non-frauds. We got Disenchanted, who had two remarkably close games against AGS Zero and Lars. We had Salvo, who's at 2-0, and we have Blaze at 2-0. Those are the folks that are almost indefinitely getting into the playoffs.
Yeah, and talking about Disenchanted and Blaze's play, like they're like I know Salvo's our showcase player. He's improved a lot too. That Luigi is something to be afraid of, but Disenchanted is just surprising me on another level since he's never made it to Swiss, and now he's topping it out. He's just kind of topping DPS meters.
Yeah,
Um,
it's interesting that him and Kaiser come from the same camp of players, yet they're continuously the most improved players across the board.
yeah, and then Blaze rookie. I'm convinced at this point he probably should have belonged in D1. I mean, one of the games that he had was against me, so
Yeah.
and I probably could have pulled it out on if I had a better day, but I'm not gonna take that win away from him. He plays really well, and I'm afraid to see him in bracket again if I do.
Yeah, and his second game was against another. He had two games, well, against D1 players too. His first one is against Underachiever, and he beat him there too.
Yep. Yeah, but we'll get to him eventually. Poor Reaper. Underachiever, sorry. But the 1-1 audience, the normies of the crew here. We got Lars? Ugh,
He
Lars?
plays some large characters.
He does. He does. Dummy thick. Lars, AJS0, Ooga Booga, Zed, myself, Albino Joe, and Melissa in the 1-1 camp. And I don't know, man. I mean, that's ragtag crew of people that are looking to get out of Swiss.
I mean, it's not a bad place to be. It's not exactly the best
depending,
place to be, but it's not a bad place to be.
well, depending on the games that led up to you being there. I mean, AJS0, we all remember his the number of taunts and possible deaths. Oh man, who was he playing? Was that
That was against Disenchanted.
Disenchanted? Oh my god.
Yeah.
That oh, I totally forgot about Disenchanted's DI. That's incredible.
Incredible.
Mwah.
Perfect
Mwah.
every single time.
Yeah.
And then we got folks like Ooga Booga, who's only here because I guess he didn't get out of bed or just didn't, forgot they had games today. I don't know what the story is. Maybe we'll never know, but he got DQ'd for his first game and then won his second game against, I believe, Valk. No, against Huckletune.
Ooga Booga, if you're listening to the Baddy Cafe at all, at any point, if you feel up to it, just give us a good story of why you missed. Whether it's true or not, don't care. Just want to hear, man. Like, we don't want to see you dropping games for not attending. No one wants to see that. Not fun. But a story would be fun.
Yeah. But yeah, out of the 6 people here, 5 are D1 players.
You know why? Because the freaking cream of the crop, Molitzor and Blaze and Disenchanted, and throw Salvo in there too, man. Like, he's knocking all these D1s out. I mean, Salvo put Zed in his place. Disenchanted put AJS in his place. Blaze put me in my place. Who did Lars? Or no, Lars. Is Lars?
No, Lars is 1-1. He's in the crew of... Lars lost at Disenchanted.
Got it.
Yeah.
D1 is what I was asking.
Yeah, Lars is D1.
Okay, got it. So that's another... Yeah. Disenchanted's the D1 Slayer over here, along with Blaze.
Lars last year is what Blaze is this year. That player who was in D2, we're like, should he even be in D2? Is he good enough to be in D1?
Yeah.
All right. And then lastly, in 0-2, the folks that just have had it pretty rough and are probably a game away from being eliminated. We got Huckletune. We got Valkyrier. And a gentleman we'll be hearing from later today, Underachiever. How did they get here, Joe? What happened?
I mean, you want the short answer or the long answer? Because the short answer is they lost their games.
Give me the medium answer.
Medium answer? They're playing people, and those people are just beating them. You know, Valk got knocked out by AJS0 and shit. I wish I had all these.
I think it's
right
Lars.
now. Lars, yeah. I mean, those are players that are just really good. So the Glorious Swisses, man, they're gonna be facing another 0-2, or if you're the odd one out, you might be facing a 1-1. But yeah, they could still win out. Underachiever had the same set that I had pretty much of Molitzor and Blaze, and I know how hard both those people were to beat, so I don't necessarily blame him for being the D1 in the bottom. Then Huckletune. Give me the Huckletune story. I forgot who he played too. I'm terrible.
He played against Zed, and I'm glad you blocked it out of your memory because this was tragic for you to watch. Maybe it's some repression going on there. That was the double hero match against Zed.
The what happened?
He played in the Hero Ditto against Zed and lost that Hero Ditto.
There was a Hero Ditto?
That's what I thought. Also, he lost against Ooga Booga too.
Got it. Got it. Yeah. So, I mean,
none of these players should be ashamed of being down here. It's not like this talent pool is so close to each other. But you got to be nervous for them. They're that close to just being out entirely.
out of any of those guys for sure, it's them out. Because one person will be 0-4 to this, and I believe 2 or 3 people will be 1-3.
I think so. Don't quote me on it.
Yeah, oh, man. For shit, Shy. Hell. All right. Let's go into the upcoming games that we're about to witness
Yeah.
for the upcoming week.
So we got. I have to count. I hope that came up on mic that I actually had to count games. But we have 6 games coming up. Well, we won't know what's going to happen in that. The to be decided ones. We don't know who's going to play and when they're going to play. But let's just go down the 6. We got Head Reaver versus Valk. What do you think about that one?
I mean, D1 boys got to win it, right? Like I'm assuming Reaver will find a way to make, whether he's going to play his Diddy or he's going to switch to his DK. He's got to make something work. As you said, he's looking like a fraud, and he's got to start showing that D1 pride.
Yeah, definitely. Be a lot of questions going into next season and who actually deserves that spot if we got a bunch of D1s looking sus. But yeah,
Oh.
I think it's very winnable for him. This is definitely will be his easiest match to date. But you can't just count Valk out. He's finally picked characters that work for him. He's showing some good moments. He probably has the best clip all of last week with the Hydrant cheesing out AGS and pushing him off the stage, which was hilarious.
Oof.
But I think Reaver's going to take that. I think Valk might be on his last limb then. But I think this is Reaver living on a prayer.
Yeah. Yep. And then the next match we got Disenchanted versus Ooga Booga, which is a pairing down for Disenchanted. But that also, who knows if it would have won his first game that he got DQ'd on. So that's kind of another, that's another exciting matchup. I just want to say, mainly I think because I don't know much about Ooga Booga other than his me nature, but I want to say Disenchanted is just looking really, really hot going into all of his games, and I think he's got the momentum to take him to a victory in that pair.
Yeah, I can see it happening. Disenchanted, he has his moments of inconsistency, and I haven't seen him get cheesed out in a while. But if he's gonna get cheesed out by anyone, it'd be Salvo or Ooga Booga. So we'll see how he holds his composure.
Yeah, especially against a if Ooga Booga does bring out that me brawler, Disenchanted's movement and everything he kind of does, he tries to get these setups. But if he's against like someone who he doesn't see ever, because I mean, let's be real here, I don't think I've seen a me brawler online ever, and I don't know of anyone who plays them. That might put a wrench in. So I'm excited to see that match happen.
Same, definitely. I think that'll be a lot closer than people make it out to be. But I think Disenchanted will have the edge here as long as he can keep his composure.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Then we got the Battle of the Roomies. We got AGS versus Zed.
Oh yeah. That'll be exciting. I don't know. I've seen that matchup many times. I think just going off of pure statistics, I think AJS wins that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you've probably seen it a lot more than me. But yeah, I think as long as AJS knows when to back throw and when not to back throw, he'll be fine. He'll probably get able to take it.
Oh man, no, like I think it's funny. I don't play or anything like that. I just hear about it, and I hear about it from each of their accounts. That might be just a little bit more humble. Who knows? Yeah. Oh, that back throw comment was great. We'll watch this happen.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Zed also has like a bunch of cheese picks in his pocket that AGS might not be ready for. But I think his Toon Link has enough just quality fundamentals to get him through Zed.
Maybe. I mean, the projectile game against a Zelda is not necessarily always good. So maybe if Zed is getting Zelda up to par, he might be able to give AJS a run for his money, but not necessarily siding with that opinion quite now.
All right, and then our next match is it's with some beefy boys. We got Lars versus Mullet Zor.
Yeah, man. Anytime there's two heavies duking it out, it's another coin flip match. It could be anyone.
They're also so fun to watch too, because you know that at any time any hit will just potentially ruin a whole person's day, and they just get heavy gets so much momentum against other heavies if they can get that first hit.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen that matchup occasionally because we used to have a lot of Dwarf players in the league, and I believe if I remember right, you said Lars is DK and Bowser.
Mm-hmm.
So at least they're not, dittoing or anything like that. So we'll see then something of a goofy, big, heavy slugfest match going on in there.
Who you got in this one?
Oh, I think Lars has it. If I had to say.
That's where we'll split on that one. I think Mullet's gonna pull it out. I think he's gonna have a good week this week.
Yeah, that'd be a good Baddy bets. One to kind of coin flip of a match, in my opinion, but we'll see what happens.
All right. Joe, you want to tell us about the next one?
Blaze versus Salvo is having played Blaze and Wadden play. I'm convinced he's top 8 material, in my opinion.
Oof.
Maybe top 4 material.
That's
I know who he'd edge out, but I could see him squeaking in there.
That's a tall order. I've played him a decent amount in friendlies. I know he's good. He's not that good. I can see top 8. There's no way in hell he's going to make top 5 or top 4.
Well, I'm, light me on fire, call me on the Blaze, hype train, but I have high hopes for him. I have high expectations, and I think he's going to give Salvo that Luigi's not going to really be doing much against that Incineroar.
I don't see him winning either, but Blaze, if you're listening, I'm calling you out, man. He ain't making top 8.
I'll take the other half of that.
All right, and then lastly, and I want to let you indulge a bit. I'd love to hear your thoughts on your own playing against Huckleton. You're playing down a little bit. He's 0-2. You're 1-1. You know what? In the story of the D1 players in Swiss right now, maybe you're not playing down.
It's savage. Oh man. I mean, to be very fair and honest, my playstyle I think honors Huckleton's. My projectile, it's very stationary people that are throwing projectiles. And I also like to get in people's faces when I can. I think those two things might counter Huckleton quite a bit, and I think I got that one.
Yeah, as long as
just
you
talk
can...
me up a little bit.
I mean, here's our man. Here is Baddy Cafe hype man himself. Here is the heart and soul of this show. It is Albino Joe, Mr. Explosive Flame, coming in hot. Mr. Forward air, forward air, forward air, forward air, or up smash. Those two moves I really like. I like them a lot. Who needs other moves when you got those two?
You call me a spammer, boy? What the hell?
Hey, if you're good at it, who needs it? KK throws out back airs at least 40% of the time, and he's our best player in our league.
Yeah, no, I do some moves.
But I think you got this. I think you're right about him being stationary as Link. That boomerang has very little end lag, but has a decent amount of startup. So if you just throw out Explosive Flame on him, it's like a free chunk of 16% damage.
Yep, something like that. Kill move probably on Link above 110-ish, maybe 120.
But yeah, those are our matches. Those are some of our predictions. But we'll see how it shapes out. Swiss has been remarkably close. Most of the games have gone to game 3. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Oh yeah, best part of Baddy Smash, in my opinion. Like, if you're a spectator, this is what you want to watch.
All right, and lastly, we're gonna have a new segment here today, Albino Joe. We're gonna try out something new.
In.
I got really bored, and I collected a bunch of numbers, some fun pieces of statistical information, and I want you to guess the which one was higher or which one was lower. We got the segment. It's called the receipts. Albino Joe, let's check the tab on number 1.
Cha-ching! What is it?
Who dropped more of their move? Blaze dropping perfect Alolan Whips. Mind you, he used Alolan Whip, his side B, more than 50 times. I stopped counting after like 45. But he landed it on opponents 38 times. Now, his side B, you can either do it at the right timing, and that's when he gives you the clothesline. You can do it early, and that's when he flips you upwards. Or if you do it late, they just run into each other and it doesn't do anything. But Blaze has been very, very good at landing it every single time. And then we have Salvo, who also seems way better at landing it, his up B, than we think. Statistically, he's not that great on it, but when he lands his up Bs, he lands his up Bs. Who missed more? Blaze on his number of non-perfect Alolan Whips, or the amount of times Salvo missed his up B?
So just to make sure I fully understand, so non-perfect means he does still grab them no matter what, isn't able to do one of the moves.
Yeah,
Command grab lands, just nothing after. Got it. Okay.
Or not the special one afterwards. Not the one where he zooms in, slams you right in the throat with his arm.
Fucking clothesline.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that one. This is based on a heavy bias that I got, but I'm gonna say Salvo's missed more up Bs than Blaze missed side B.
Yeah.
Command grabs.
You got it right. Shoutouts to Blaze. Out of 38 landed Alolan Whips, he only dropped 4.
Oh.
And Salvo missed 6 up Bs.
I figured that'd be double digits, actually.
He missed 6 out of 9 offensive up Bs. Hey, you know what?
Oh, I love it.
For what it counts, the 3 of them led to kills, so...
Yeah. It's the only time it matters, right?
Yeah. All right. So this next tab, this is kind of throwing shade at our commissioner here. And I know you're listening, AJS. But we had 2 things that were way more prominent than I thought would have happened. And we kind of touched base on one of them. So AJS used back throw, which is Toon Link's closest thing to a kill throw. And there are numerous instances where it did not kill past 130%. And then also, and of the players mentioned in this, you're included in this as well as our dear commissioner AJS. And that is players who taunted more than their opponent and subsequently lost their set.
Set or just the game?
Like all, the 3 games, their whole set.
Okay, got it.
And taunted more throughout the set than their opponent. You were in there too.
I think I only taunted like twice.
Yeah, and Blaze taunted 0 times.
Oh man. Fuck. I just because I watched that Disenchanted, I assume that match alone is where all of those the times he threw and didn't go. I'm gonna say AJS Knackling is the higher number.
Not this time.
No
Not
way!
this time. He had one against Lars against Valk that didn't work either. So he back through someone, mind you, past 130%. A high percent. 5 times. 4 of those was against Disenchanted. So shout out against Disenchanted for having godlike DI. But we had 6 of you, I want to put y'all on blast, who taunted more than their opponent and lost their set, which includes Head Reaver, AJS, Valk did it twice, but I'm assuming one taunt was on accident, Zed, and my co-host Albino Joe. That's 6 of them.
God, we're all BM.
6 sets where someone taunted more than their opponent and then lost their game.
Hey, just to defend that, taunting, like, there's the online quote-unquote teabag. You know, that feels kind of nice when you do that. It's actually, that's like the ultimate disrespect. Taunting is like a little bit better, and the fact that we can do it, it just comes out. It just comes out of me, man. I can't help it.
Well, you know what? Albino Joe, you got 2 games coming up. Hopefully you can back that up.
Yeah.
Speaking of my my good co-host Albino Joe, I'm gonna have to open some dark memories for you. If you need to hold onto a pillow or get your doggy and give her some pets to help keep you mentally satiated, do what you need.
Oh, she's right next to me too.
But what happened more? We're gonna check the tab on this one too. The amount of times Thrifty called you out for not cheering for Zed's hero after someone paid for a biased casters for you to cheer for Zed's hero. Because in the beginning, you were remarkably not okay with that.
I still don't know what match you're talking about.
Or, during Zed and Huckleton's match, the amount of times either of them killed with a menu spell. So the combined amount of times that Zed and Huckleton used the spell menu to kill each other with one of those spells.
Wait, there's a character that has like menu spells in this game?
Yeah, hear me out. This is a dream you may have had. Might not even be reality. Where you had to watch 2 characters who rely heavily on RNG. And this is a nightmare. This isn't a dream. Because you had to root for RNG in a game that, according to you, in your dream, does not have the right to be in that game. So much so that you were paid to cheer for someone who was using that RNG, and you had difficulties doing so. Did you have more difficulties doing so? Or was there more times in this dream of yours, this nightmare, where these 2 RNG characters use their RNG move to kill each other with an RNG spell?
You know, I know myself. Thrifty called me out significantly more than the actual. Just that, yes.
I kind of bamboozled you there. I
Are you
bamboozled
kidding
you.
me? Are
Add
you
it to
kidding
the
me?
add it to the the times that I can't speak. But there were 7 times each. You were called out for not properly cheering for Zed 7 times. And Zed and Huckleton killed each other with menu spells 7 times. Mind you,
7.
this is just a dream. Didn't happen.
I can't believe. Yeah, that's insane. 7. I mean, granted, I know they're efficient for it. No, never mind. I don't know what's happening. What are you talking about? What's our next segment? What are we doing next?
Oh, we actually have an interview coming up. And they don't play any illusory characters that come from your nightmare hellscape of RNG. We have interviews with the doubles partners Head Reaver, also known as Yif Underachiever, and RL. We got a double interview coming this time around. But first, let's have a word from one of our sponsors for this episode, the AJS Audio Testing Services. Today's Baddy Cafe sponsor is the AJS Audio Editing Services. Are you a new streamer? Are you a current streamer who's looking to up their audio production game? If so, contact AJS Audio Editing Services today.
I am an amateur, but no longer. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a professional streamer.
This newly born professional streamer can assist you with the technical know-how so that your voice can be heard.
I'm gonna just put a couple decibel boost on you right now, just in case. I don't even think you're not casting with me tomorrow, so this won't be noticeable. But if you think to, when you hop on stream, just mention that to whoever's streaming. Let them know that you've kind of been quiet around the VODs and see if they can add like a 3 decibel boost to you.
Also, if you want to sound smart to your fellow streamer friends, he can share with you jargon that'll give you the professional appearance.
A surprising amount of times started testing my audio levels without the audio from inside of Super Smash Bros. Turned on, which is a big mistake when you're testing your audio levels that are only important relative to that specific thing that you forgot to turn on.
Lastly, know that every time you are given audio editing services, AGS Zero will not only greet you with a smile, but with a comforting rambling and awkward humming as well.
Checking audio levels 1 2 1 2 3 4 AJS 0 here rambling on the mic. Blah 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 blah.
If your audio game is lame, have no shame. The AJS Audio Testing Services will make sure your audio is never the same. I've used this service, and now people can hear me when I cast on Baddy Smash streams. If it can work for me, it can work for you too. Feel free to reach out to the AJS Audio Testing Services at www.iamad1playerinswiss with an even record /AJSTestingServices.com for more information. And if you use our affiliate code, backthrow is not a kill move, you'll be supporting Baddy Cafe so we can keep on making more mediocre content. Now, back to the interview.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the interview portion of the Baddy Smash Cafe. I'm Albino Joe. Chad, you're with me, right?
Yes, I am.
Hell yeah, and I'm excited for the 2 people that we're interviewing today. Fellow members of the people knocked out of doubles. There's 4 of us in that group. I'm one of them, and also in that group is Disenchanted and Head Reaver or Yif Underachiever. How you 2 doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Hell yeah,
Good.
man. Good to hear. Well, I wanna talk a little bit about doubles here. From the loser's perspective, speaking for myself, I think it was fun to do. It was, I'm terrible at doubles, but I'm glad the event exists, and I'm glad that I was able to do it. How about you 2? Let's start with Reaver. Did you enjoy the the experience, even though we were knocked out early?
Oh yeah, I think doubles is a lot of fun. I think sheer chaos of just having friendly fire on, since I don't, not gonna lie, look at last season, look at this season. I don't really pay attention to that. I just go. If I can hit my opponent out of the way of my partner, and my partner so happens to be there too, you know what? Maybe something will happen. Worth.
Is it?
Yeah, it's all about
worth.
damage
Yeah,
dealt.
yeah,
It's all
yeah.
about damage dealt at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Ariel, was this your first season in doubles, or were you in last season as well?
No, I was in the season before that,
Hmm.
but me and Nick, I just didn't do it.
I was in last season as well.
Miss you, BB.
I miss you too, baby.
The Achievers.
Oh God, what's happening right now? Is this magic?
Called love.
I guess love is magic. Going forward though, in terms of other side events that we have going on, Reaver and Chai, I believe you as well, are both in the Rivals tournaments, correct?
We are. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, it leaves the one boy to talk about it in here for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll talk about it.
I will talk about it. I'm just butthurt that I'm 0-2. I actually practiced before the season starts. I'm getting sauced. It's not pretty.
I have been practicing. I love that game. I've been practicing since y'all left me after last season to play by myself in the filthy casual game mode, which is not casual. It's not casual. I don't. It's labeled as a lie.
Yeah, I tried a few times. Casual means it's a guy who's going to beat you in a minute instead of 30 seconds.
Yeah. He missed one hit out of his infinite combo.
This is all like the online play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't played Rivals. This is actually just giving me a perspective of the game if I ever happen to buy it and join the. Assuming the next season has a Rivals tournament, I might investigate a little bit.
I mean, it's fun as hell. If it had the same size
fun.
community as Smash did, I think I'd probably play more Rivals than Smash.
Oh, 100%.
Dang. Disenchanted. Yeah, I was gonna say Disenchanted. You and I have a little bit of a game to look forward to maybe next season.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't.
If you can find it on sale for like $5 or $7, literally just put 2 hours into it. Stop playing normal game, play the workshop mode, and you will immediately fall head over heels with it.
100% accurate Falco and Fox, Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, I've
Ultra
heard
Instinct
Ronald
Fox.
McDonald is a really good character.
Yeah, even besides all the meme characters, though, like some of the ones they pull over that are actually like Smash-inspired characters to perform in Rivals with the base cast, it's really cool to see.
Then Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's actually a fun story. There's I forget the person who made it. There's a character named Crystal, I think. And there's one that's also like a pop star inspired character. And it was created by the same person. That person actually got a job offer from Dan Farnese and the team in Rivals because like this person was continuously putting out good workshop characters.
Whoa.
Really?
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Dang. I never would have thought stuff. I mean, you hear about stuff like that, but you know, when you hear about it more and more, you're just like, holy shit, you can make it big like that.
Anything's
right.
possible with love.
Yeah.
So we talked about some of the side events, but a common denominator between you two as well is that you're both in Swiss, but you're on opposite sides of the Swiss spectrum. Disenchanted.
Why are you saying it?
we'll
What's
get
his
to that.
record? Is this better than mine?
Yeah, just a little.
Maybe. I think it's technically infinitely better. I think.
Oh shit!
Is that how that works?
Yeah,
Is it?
it's
well,
his
2 times
north to my
0
south.
can't be defined. I mean, it's just 0. So technically, he's got a 0% difference.
Damn, son.
2-0 record and a 0-2 record going in.
Way to pull me through those double matches. Fuck.
Maybe we need somebody to get a graph for this.
Yeah.
Not enough paper. Not enough paper.
So let's start with Disenchanted. So last season, if I recall correctly, and correct me if I am wrong, you didn't even make it into Swiss.
Yeah.
Now, you're hot shit. You are playing spicy very well in close games and in blowouts throughout the season. You're in Swiss, you're at 2-0, which basically clinches you a playoff spot. Did you just practice a lot last season, between seasons, or did you like your mental for being on stream or just being in tight spots adjust at all over the season, or kind of give us a little bit of background on your what looks like for the passive observer, this rapid ascent through greatness? Because I've seen you, like I've played against you a lot in friendlies, but this is on like actually playing in matches has been like a huge improvement.
Yeah, well, okay, so if you know anything about Zero Suit Samus, know that her moves are very small and tiny, and hitting them is not like kind of hard sometimes. So when you add the extra lag to that, kind of like not to John, but like for a while I was having a lot of issues because I wouldn't practice in the lab enough, and I wouldn't play online enough. And I just wouldn't be used to the differences in timings, and especially when you got on stream, there'd be like maybe even another couple frames of lag that it just really messed me up when I was trying to hit these like small nairs and back airs that you kind of need to hit on ZSS. So I kind of think just like getting used to playing is just a part of it, a big part of it.
So the requirement for the LAN adapter is probably a godsend for you then.
Yeah, it's pretty huge. not as much lag this season as any other season for sure, by quite a bit. So that's really nice.
Yeah, no, I like that zero suit, man. The way that you're oh man, a few of those spikes this past week that we saw. Oof.
Yeah,
But
I mean, definitely her down B is really just a DLC move. So you can get spikes with it. You can get at a disadvantage with it. You can reverse off stage with it. There's so many things you can do. It really is like it's a DLC. It's really just DLC.
hell yeah. Well, going to the other end of the Swiss spectrum that we have here,
Hiya.
Reaver.
Yeah.
I think I'm on record saying this somewhere once or twice. Boy, I've seen your DK do some pretty gnarly things. Not KK style gnarly things, but
No.
I really like your DK. But you're really trying to force Diddy this season.
Yeah, that's a fucking mistake.
What's going on there, buddy?
I picked up Diddy because I wanted something a little more nimble and fast and a little more mix-up options. And I felt Diddy could have done that. And I've played him against some of the players that I had a lot of trouble with, and I was doing pretty good. KK, when I first picked up Diddy, I was able to kind of stomp him off of arena. And there was one night where he's like, maybe I'm not good with Dong. I'm like, fuck off. I beat you 3 times in a row. You're self-doubting. You've beat me 80 times in a row once. Fun fact, before KK even joined the league, we would play probably 10 or 20 games per day for like 16 days straight, it felt like. And he stomped me. And I was really scared when he joined the league because I knew he would stomp me. So I picked up Diddy to hopefully, get a leg up. And as my record can show anyone, it didn't really work. It actually kind of did the opposite. I got worse. Yeah, and that's because Diddy's a bad character. And every time I did bad, I got angry. So in typical what I usually do fashion in my life, I just keep doing the same thing until it works.
Oh no, not
Yeah,
one of those.
I know. And, fun fact, now, with the threat of my season being over with any loss, I'm taking a step back. I'm evaluating, and I think Diddy's a bad choice. I think now, with my neck on the chopping block, I should try something different.
Now here's where I'm curious, because I hate to dig it in worse, like make it feel a bit worse for you, but you've only
No, you
won
can't. I have
one
no
game
emotions
so far
anymore.
this season.
I know.
You beat me though.
Here's the funny part. My win-loss ratio is worse if you take in the feud.
Oh,
I
that's
have
true.
one
The
extra
blood
loss
feud.
than anyone can ever do this season.
Yeah,
Well, try. I believe that is a.
that's a
Is that
future
something
topic.
you wanna talk about a little
Well, that's a
bit?
topic later. But right now, I'm kind of curious because you've had Zelda. You've played Zelda, Diddy Kong. I don't know if you've brought out Donkey Kong during this playoff or during the season. You have brought out Joker though, and that's the only character. I got to say, I was shell shocked when you brought him out. I had not expected that at all. I practiced a lot against Diddy Kong and Donkey Kongs. But you brought out Joker, and Joker gave you that one W for your entire season. But you're talking about maybe taking a step back. I don't know if that means you want to bring out DK this week or a few days from now. But what's your strategy? Like, are you gonna maybe take more looks at Joker? Are you gonna try to rekindle your love with DK? What do you have in mind for either the rest of the season and then future seasons in general?
So, contrary to popular belief, and my record does show it, I'm actually kind of bad at the game, I think. So, I think a lot of my special plays and everything are just out weird, wacky characters. I think last season I played 6 or 8 characters on stream. And I think I won with majority of them. I don't know a lot of the characters very well to keep up with the Kaisers, the KKs, all that stuff, but I know enough to catch some people. And I think that was going to be a strategy this season. I wanted to play Diddy, and that didn't work. I don't know. I think my strategy is going to be I'm going to put Diddy in a shallow grave and then piss on it. And then I'm going to take a real hard look of what I should play. I have about 2 days right now at time of recording to really get my act together before I'm gone forever of the season.
Just remember that Chai Academy, it's still open.
I know, I got a free coupon.
I just want to
The
put this
disabled
out there.
children's coupon.
I just want to put this out there, but Joker is DLC, so
Yeah.
that's my suggestion. Anything DLC is what you want to be doing.
So I'm playing Min Min.
Yeah,
Got
Min
it.
Min's good too. Min Min's good. Min
Min
Min's
Min's
free
stupid.
DLC.
Min Min's so stupid.
Oh man, I think that I'm the only one who probably thinks the jury's still out on that one, but I guess I haven't seen enough for online.
Well, I want to make a specific definition. There is difference between characters that are good and characters that are stupid.
Yeah.
So, for
Yeah.
example, Banjo is not a good character, but he is a stupid character.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got
Or
a side B. A
Yeah.
side B, as I've said before, DLC.
Exactly.
I know I say everything is DLC, but that move is DLC.
Whereas,
I
like,
really like.
Mario is not a stupid character when you just look at all of his moves, but he is a good character. He's got combos out the wazoo. He's got all the different mobility options. So there's a difference. Joker's both. He's DLC and he's good.
Exactly.
For sure. Well, hey, Disenchanted, this is a question for you coming up here, and there'll be a follow-up with Reaver, but so the next match is going in. So we already discussed the records that you guys are facing. Disenchanted, you're pretty much guaranteed in at this point, I believe, unless there's some weird tiebreaker situation going on. And your game, I mean, you should win a game, win out as best you can, obviously. Your next game that you're going to be playing is 7:15 on Wednesday against Ooga Booga.
Yeah.
What do you think about the matchup? Are you comfortable? I mean, I always love encouraging shit talk, but get into it as much as you want to.
From what I know of Ooga Booga, he is the actual definition of a wild card, and so I really just don't know what to expect.
If I can interject, do not sleep on that person. I did last season, and it hurt a lot.
Oh, I know what Ooga Booga's capable of, but again, it seems like he's really a wild card. Like sometimes he does something that isn't what he should have done. I don't know. I guess everyone does that, but I don't know. I feel like he's wild card, and he could totally just beat you.
We discussed earlier in the show that he, he plays very unconventional characters and very unconventionally his play style, and I'm guessing you're going to see at least a little bit of that Mii Brawler. And the kind of an addendum question: how many Mii Brawlers have you seen, like total, probably?
I've played against Ian, the Kits, the guy from Eau Claire. He sometimes comes into our Discord and smashes. He plays me a brawler. He's pretty good.
Oh,
So one.
Better than none.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't beat him too many times because he's a good player. So I'm not super comfortable in the matchup. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm confident, but I'm not gonna say that I'm scared. So
That's a good
Well,
spot to be mentally. As long as you're not
yeah,
scared.
yeah, it'd be
The
nice
second-
to win the Swiss.
Oh yeah, I mean you're a contender for topping out. I mean we discussed this earlier in the show. You, Salvo, and Blaze are currently
Yep.
the 2-0 people, the heroes of the Swiss. So
Yep.
nice to see you on top. But for the other half of this, Head Reaver.
Yeah.
You know who you play?
Not at all.
You're the debut match. You're the opener at 7:00
Hell yeah.
against Valk.
Valkyrie.
Valkyrior.
I
What do
get
you
to go
think of that?
against Random the main. Cool.
Oh, he doesn't do that anymore.
Oh.
I mean, you're gonna be. I don't
If
know,
you would have asked me this question last season, I would have told you I probably have this match in the bag. This season, I'm probably gonna say Valk has it in the bag if we look at the records. But I've been training, playing the Rocky theme song every day. I've been bench
Rocky.
pressing both GameCube controllers I have, Flex. Yeah. So I'm bringing my all.
What does Valk play? Did he play Pac-Man?
Yeah, he plays
Yes.
Pac-Man, Falco, and Mr. Game & Watch.
Okay. Well, I hope I hope he watches
That's
this
the grossest
because
lineup.
when I remember when I watched him play Pac, he wasn't getting Galaga enough. So please start getting some Galaga in your life. Is that move?
That's really good.
I was gonna say DLC again, but I'll just say OP. That move is OP.
Yeah, no, with Pac-Man for sure. You wanna utilize that hydrant to speed up or slow down certain things, and get the bell or the Galaga.
So a hard character, man. You have to have like a massive galaxy brain to main that character.
Yeah, unless you get lucky and get their fair true combo.
That's my
That's pretty-
favorite.
That's pretty
You mean if your opponents don't DI properly?
Yeah,
Whoa, Master. Hey, you said the word of the day, DI. I don't believe this was on the schedule, but I do just want to talk about this. Disenchanted, do you have any tips for DIing? Because holy shit, that match against AJS, there was like 7 or 8 times where you were dead to rights in my book, and you lived in some miraculous fashion.
Yeah, you just gotta really, if you just really don't want to die, then you just will live to higher percentages.
You heard it here, folks. That's the ultimate tip.
bro, that was the best point of advice ever.
You
Oh
will
my
your
God,
character
I'm
to
right.
survive.
Yeah,
I'm writing that
yeah.
down.
You just concentrate really hard, and just tell your character not to die.
Is it like Wish Upon a Star, the nursery rhyme?
Yep, but the star is you flying through the sky.
Okay. What is it like the American Tail song where Gavin the mouse, I don't know his name,
I
wishes upon a song during the I don't know.
I don't think I know what you're talking about.
You don't know American Tail?
No.
All right.
Okay.
Speaking of tails,
I don't like this where this is going.
Perfect segue.
there's been a bit of history, a bit of legacy and lore behind Reaver and Blood feuds.
Hey, can I be the first one to say fuck you?
You know what? You might have the return to sender of the fuck you, because you have another Blood feud coming up next week against
I
me.
like hurting myself. Yeah, I like hurting myself, I guess.
Yep. Thankfully, though, it's in a game that you're better at than I am. You know, so that usually the better person has the higher stakes.
True.
For those of you who do not know,
Forgot.
Reaver can have his own segment on the regular show if he wins for the regular portion of Baddy Cafe. However, if I win, and mind you, he's better at Rivals than I am. It's a Rivals with Aether Blood feud. He has to play the dating sim Lovers of Aether as a furry dating sim. If he loses,
I said this, didn't I?
yes,
said these
you're the
terms.
one who
Fuck.
said it. You made the
an
terms, and I just agreed.
That's getting streamed, right?
Yes, he has to
Yeah,
stream it if he
yeah.
loses.
Yeah.
Chime
It's
in
not
on
coming
please,
back to
please,
me.
please win.
No,
So, yeah, listening to
didn't
Rocky
I
theme song.
Yeah, didn't I say I would stream it on my Twitch too? So like it's
Yeah.
permanently attached to me.
Yeah, it's part of your brand. But
Fuck.
what was the first Blood feud you've had, and what kind of started this culturally for you?
I think because I hate myself. So the first Blood feud was back in Baddy Overwatch, and that was with a friend of mine called Otterbotter. She was a support main. I was a Hammond main, and I guess since a lot of new people joined, I think it was season 8 or 7, I forget. We wanted to just kind of be ridiculous in the chat, so we just started just really grilling each other, and then I just told her I challenged her to a Blood feud, and then she's like, "Let's bring it on," and started making posters in MS Paint. I think I want to say Zed message us. No, Thrifty was like, "If you guys want to do this, we'll stream it." So then it got real. And I was like, "Oh, this is great." She main supports. I do DPS and tanks. I'm gonna easy clap this. And the rewards for winning were as you change the other person's name. So I get stomped with, by the way, 2 characters I was playing a lot of during that time, and I got stomped. And and she changed my name. But before she did, I remember her saying, "Hey, I got 2 names in mind. Which ones do you want? One's a little more mean than the other." And I go, "You couldn't be mean if mean was a plastic bag and you were fighting for air." Something along those lines. Basically, I poked the bear. So she went ... Okay, I'll be back. And she took another day to think about it. And my name was I Hate Nathan Fillion. Two
That's
reasons that sucked. I fucking love Nathan Fillion. My celebrity crush / like freebie with my girlfriend is fucking Nathan Fillion. That's one. And two, every time the casters saw my name, they're like, "And there's this guy who hates Nathan Fillion." And every time I watched the VOD, I had to cry because I don't. I think there was like 3 conversations in the Discord too where people were like, "Out of here, you hate Nathan Fillion. We're not talking to you." It was great.
Man, I unfortunately dropped that Overwatch League before I think that happened. I do recall that name change, and I'm so glad I now know the whole freaking story behind
Yeah.
it.
Fun fact,
rough.
that season, I didn't play a single game of Overwatch, but I became a champion of the Baddy Overwatch League because I sat on the bench the
Wow.
entire season, and our team won.
Hey.
He's the golden water boy.
Wish I could do
Granted,
something
your
like that.
shit talking was really good.
That's all I did is I shit talked other teams in Twitch chat.
It was really good. Didn't you tell someone they were a Burger King taco?
Yeah. All right.
What?
I'll tell you a bit later, Joe, because I want to wrap up this interview. But lastly, as we kind of told you beforehand, we're going to give you each time to kind of, if there's something you wanted to talk about or something you wanted to say, whether it's you want to shit talk your opponent or something you want to ask us or something you want other people in the league to know, this is your time to shine. This is your chance to get a platform. Ariel, anything you want to say to the audience? Anything you want to say to us?
Well, first off, I want to. Can I do a couple things, like
Go
just
ahead.
a comment and then a question? All right. First off, I want to dispel any of the rumors of secret cabal of ZSS mains trying to get her lower in pro tier lists. That doesn't exist. It's not led by Mars. You didn't hear about it here, and yeah, don't even think about this. I'm not even saying words right now.
Are we gonna get MIB flashed after this?
I don't think I'm being convinced here, but go ahead. What's your question?
My question is now, I'm in the position, obviously, I'm one of the people that is possible to win Swiss. And especially you, Chai, as somebody who... Wait, do you guys both have buys? Are you both in the...
Yeah,
both
I
are-
no.
This.
Okay, no, Joe's in Swiss. Okay, I forgot who was all... Especially, I guess both of you, because Albino and Joe, you are in Swiss, so you're going to pick. But if you were going to pick one of the top 8 people to choose first, who would you pick to play?
Ooh, because yeah, you might cap out. I'd pick Wang. If I had to play one person out of the top 8, I'd play Wang. Wang is what I'd consider the benchmark player in Baddy Smash, or is if you're going to be good, you can beat Wang. If you're not going to be good,
Gotcha.
you can't beat Wang. And I think you're good enough to beat Wang. So if I had to choose one person, I'd probably pick Wang.
All right.
I on the other hand, I mean, I play Wang a lot. He's my roommate, so just saying that's the freebie win that I probably should have gotten in the regular season, but didn't, unfortunately. But I'll give a slightly different answer. Part of me wants to bring it to Mad Cow again, because we have a little bit of a history, and I need to find when his luck can run out, and I think I can make that happen this season. So I think that's my answer, Mad Cow.
Yeah. Okay. I would be excited to see that matchup. I want to see you nair him over and over again.
Can I
Like,
throw
get
my
the-
pipe dream in here?
I gotta get the Nair plane online. Yeah, Disenchanted, that's all correct, or do you have anything else?
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
cool. That means underachiever.
Hey.
The Yif, you got the stage.
You've got the stage. I didn't really think of what I would want to say. Keep on playing. I guess I really do just enjoy this community as a whole. Every time I log on to the Discord, every time I check my phone for Discord, I find some weird, wacky, crazy thing either going on in Yif chat, Rivals of Aether, Pointless Arguments, Baddy Bets. Something's always going on. I know there's a lot of arguments and pointless arguments, and sometimes there's actual arguments in the Discord. But for the most part, I'm just really proud of everyone who's come together, talking to one another, play some games. It's all done in everyone's free time. Even this podcast is done in free time. So keep up the good work, and I'm really proud of y'all.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
Now get the hell out of Swiss. You're gonna make all of us D1 players look bad if you get washed.
I thought of that
Oh,
too. I'm like,
no.
shit. If I lose Swiss this season, I'm like D2 again, aren't I? I lose my D1 ranking.
Oh,
Which, to
man.
be fair, at this point, did I ever deserve it?
Well, we're gonna find out at the end of the season. Anyway, that is the Baddy Cafe. Chai, you got any final words?
No, again, just thank you guys for coming on. I thought it was gonna be a little too messy having two people as an interview, but it was the perfect amount of messy. So again, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you guys for sharing your stories throughout the season, and we hope to see more of you throughout the coming up this week and maybe in weeks going on into the playoffs.
Yeah, no problem. Enjoy my outro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Baddy Cafe.
The intro and outro music was produced by Headreaver, and this is a Baddy Smash production.